Hi, everybody, and it is time to start our next fabulous module. And this one is really going to help you feel super confident when you step outside into entertaining, when you are going to people's homes and when you are inviting people and welcoming them into your home. This is a huge part of Jewish culture. How we host and how we behave as a guest is a huge part of how we're brought up, right? We want to have guests for Shabbos. We want to feel connected to our community, and that happens by being invited out to the homes of other people. Everybody has a deep-seated need to feel worthy, to feel important, and to feel liked and respected. And a lot of times that can be in conflict because of a certain expectation or story we're telling ourselves about how things have to be in order for that to be true. So I can't wait to dive into people pleasing with you today, because the difference between entertaining like a queen and going to someone else's house, like visiting Shabbat royalty, feeling incredible, feeling respectful of yourself and them, and having an ideal weight Shabbat, following this blueprint is going to show you how to do that versus always feeling not liked enough, not appreciated enough, not respected enough, not good enough or disciplined enough to be there for others the way you want and to be there for yourself at the same time. And we're going to start today. I'm going to share with you how I feel when I go to a guest house. And this has happened to me throughout my weight loss journey, and this has happened to me even more recently. I was visiting a brand new friend, and especially in the time that we're recording this, there's still corona in the world. And every time that you go into someone else's home or you're going to connect with somebody new, there is a lot of emotion tied to it. This was a new friend, and I was so excited about this person. Sometimes you meet somebody and there is just such chemistry, and then it's reciprocated and they invite you over and you want to put on your best face. You want to make friends with this person. You want to be pleased and be pleasing to be around. And I was so excited. I really liked this friend and a new friend, and we're going over for Kiddush. And I'd already eaten breakfast, like is my habit. I'd already done my yoga, and I show up at her house and she has a beautiful spread out. Again, she really showed how welcoming she wanted us to feel in her home. And she's going through and she's saying, and, of course there were vegetables out also. And of course there was fresh fruit and there was water. But then she's asking me, hey, can I make you an iced coffee with Bailey's? We make it ourselves. Can I hear you have to try this cake? It's incredible. We get it from this amazing bakery, and these other guests of ours told us about it, and you have to try this. And wow, we make this popcorn every single week. And my daughter, she made these homemade cupcakes. And we sat there and we were talking, and I wanted her to like me. So even though I really don't eat babka coffee cake, I had a piece. And when her daughter made the cupcake, I wanted to take a bite of it and say to her, wow, what a great job. I love this. This is so great. And I had 2 coffees with Bailey's because it was so good. And I had water and I ate vegetables. But we were having such a good time. We were sitting there, and I was taking more popcorn, and I was having such a good time. But at the back of my head, knew that what I was doing wasn't going to make this a sustainable friendship. It was going to make it something where the next time I had an opportunity to go to their home, I wasn't going to be as excited about it. And so as I was leaving, I made myself a promise that if I really want this person to be my friend and I really want to have a close connection with them, I have to really make sure I'm being authentically me. And the next time that we went to their home, a week later, I brought a lasagna for my kids to make sure also they had gone home with stomach aches, because we were there for so long, and that plate of vegetables got finished really fast. So they'd had a lot of treats and they didn't want lunch. It wasn't successful. I brought a lasagna and I brought a big vegetable platter, and I brought my own baggie of tea and stevia. And when we sat down, I had a single coffee and I asked them if they had non-dairy milk because milk hurts my stomach. So I had non-dairy milk in my coffee and I skipped the Baileys and I said, oh, that's so cool that you make it. And when she was pointing out to me all the cakes, I noticed she actually doesn't really eat them. She maybe took a bite or didn't. Sugar doesn't really work well for her. So she was happy to put it out and make her guests feel happy, but I didn't have to eat it. Instead, we had a conversation about different restaurants and other bakeries that we like and things that our kids like. I could connect with her, but I didn't have to eat it. And then her daughter is an amazing baker and had made these cookies with my favorite pumpkin spice on them on a stick. And instead, we talked about all of our favorite pumpkin spice recipes. I didn't have to eat the cookie. Then I sat down far away from the popcorn. I ate my vegetables, and I decided at the end there were these chocolate chip brownies that really looked worth it. I had a small piece before we were ready to go and we were ready to clean up, fully enjoyed it, was able to compliment her on it, and leave knowing that she saw the real me and how I really like to show up in the world. And I got to also connect with her on everything else. In fact, our relationship has flourished, and she's truly one of my closest friends these days. In fact, she's such a close friend that I keep an entire box of my favorite tea and stevia in her cabinet so that anytime I'm over there, because she loves to host elaborate, amazing meals, that I always know I'm going to feel good and I always feel respected, seen, appreciated, and safe because I started out the relationship that way. And what I want you to see about people pleasing here is that we think that we're making other people happy and we're becoming close to people because we're being social and we're putting ourselves out there or we're hosting in this incredible way. But I want you to remember from the side of the host and also the side of the guest that letting everybody be themselves and allowing a place for you to be you is the most important way to connect authentically, to live in your ideal weight, to be Shabbat to Shabbat, building loving Jewish community relationships based on real shared values and not just based on baking. I can't wait to get started.